Okay. Hello. Sorry it's been a few days. It is time to continue the PRKD Tutorial Update 2022 series with Meridia and a little bit of movement to G4. So, last time we ended off coming in to this room, so that's where we're going to pick up. Since my tutorial from 2019, just again to recap the way that this series is working, if there haven't been any changes or anything like super notable that I can think of in the past few years that I've started doing, I'll just skip through that. And the focus on this series is to be condensed and about changes that I've made, either for optimization, consistency, or sometimes both. So, in this room, I did start arm pumping here, like this. You want to do that so you can get a speedy jump into the next room. It's either that or delay your dash press, which is actually slower. So you can delay your dash press. You're not supposed to do it quite that much. But if you just mash arm pumps here, that will also get you a speedy jump in the next room. So mash arm pumps there. No changes to this room really, or to this room. Just be mindful of your energy and make sure that you don't try and shine spark if you don't have enough. And no changes here either. Still want to do the wiggle, and then a quick drop through the blocks. I did change that a little bit. So I think I used to do an angle up shot with like R right there. I actually do it on the D-pad now. And that's so that I don't have to release or have to worry about making my right hand busy doing the inputs. Because you wanna ledge grab and then shoot the door and then get a dash jump through the door. That. Thanks, Clipper. What some people like to do is buffer a shot right there, and then when they ledge grab, a shot will automatically come out. If you ledge grab with the angle up. I personally couldn't find a way to make that very comfortable for me. But if it's comfortable for you, by all means do it. Something like that. So I lose frames doing it that way, which is why I don't do it that way. But and I like this part of the song. Hey, Laris, thanks. Okay, Botwoon. I have changed my Botwoon after years and years of struggling. Why am I struggling with this? After years and years of struggling and fighting against what is happening, the decalled X Factor, I've found my own twist on it that works. So, the way that this works, it's going to change ever so slightly, depending on whether you start from the left side of the ledge before the door, or bonk the door, or start in the middle before the door, but not really by that much. Basically, the farther, so if you bonk the door, you want to jump as soon as you reach this wall. I'll just say that. And if you start on the far left, you want a short delay before you jump after reaching the wall. And in the middle, again, it's kind of in between those two things. But what I do here is different. So what you'll see most people do with the decalled X Factor is something like this. which is great. Okay, that's great. That's fine. If it works for you, then that's awesome. I'm probably not going to be able to show it, but what would happen to me a lot is doing it this way. I would whiff a particle. Yeah, like that. Okay. All right. And so what I started doing instead was that kind of stop in the middle and then going. And that was working for me for a while. But then I started getting these really weird particle shapes, and like that, or whiffing a particle with that as well. And so I came up with something that has been extremely consistent for me, and it looks really dumb and hard. I promise you it's not as dumb and hard as it looks, but it looks dumb and hard. So if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. But basically, I'm going to break this down. The way that this works, you want to run through the door and then hold shoot as you come out of the door, okay? When you reach this wall, depending on where you started running through the door in the previous room, you want to jump. So we were about middle of the platform, so we just have a short delay before we jump, okay? And then you want to turn left after bonking the ceiling. Do not turn left before bonking the ceiling, or what might happen is you might turn into the ceiling with uninterruptible frames, and that messes up the X Factor pattern. See that? See how messed up it was? So you got to make sure that you turn left after bonking the ceiling, okay? And then my setup, this is where my setup changes. So my setup, I turn left and I land on this line in the floor right here, okay? Most people are landing right here on this line. I land on the further right line, right here, okay? And then after the X Factor comes out, I item select 3 times to get to supers. And when the X Factor particles cross over Samus, above her head, I start doing stutter steps over to the left hole, right there, okay? And honestly, it's been extremely consistent for me. I don't know why it's so much more consistent for me than what looks like a much simpler setup. But it's really great for me, at least. So yeah, that's my twist. I was a little bit, I kind of messed up there a little bit. That's my twist on the D Factor. You can take it or leave it. I'm gonna take it personally, because I like it a lot. Anyway, no changes to how I handle missiles on Botchwoon, really. Maybe some small changes that I don't remember. Be mindful of how much energy you have, because you don't want to get health bombed here. So you can bonk him if you have enough, like that. But if you have, he does 30 damage, sometimes 32. I don't know why sometimes 32. But you want to make sure that you, after bonking, will have a minimum of at least 30 energy. It was kind of far left there, I'm surprised it worked. Some people use missiles, and there is nothing wrong with that. It's a little slower on some patterns, but it saves you supers for Dragon, just in case you don't get any super drops from Botchwoon. So, definitely worth looking into if you want to. I don't do missiles on Botchwoon because I was really bad at it. Full disclosure. Anyway, no changes in that room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I approach full halfy a little bit differently. I don't know how I explained doing it in the other tutorial, but how I do it now is I hold dash through the door, I jump early intentionally to bonk this corner right here, and then after bonking the corner, I push angle up to activate the Shine Spark after Samus clears the corner on the right. And as long as you don't wait, like I did that other time, you'll clear it every time. If you wait too long, then you won't. Okay, so you gotta make sure that you press angle up basically immediately after bonking the corner. For me, it's pretty hard to go too early, but that's what that looks like. So you just gotta jump. You gotta time your jump coming out of the door, and then a very short delay before pressing angle up. And then you're holding right the entire time, and then you repress jump after pressing angle up, and you'll Shine Spark across. The reason I bonked the corner on purpose is because I kept doing this. And if you bonk the corner on purpose, then you won't do that. And even if you do get a halfy instead of a full halfy, like if you wait too long, oh no, that's still better than a quarter halfy. So I would recommend the corner bonk, personally. That's just me. Alright, another small optimization here. You want to shoot a super to open the door, and then aim down before you land, and that'll fix the door. So see, that was a 42 door transition. This time I'm not going to aim down. It's a 46 door transition. So you save just a few frames if you aim down and then run through. That was bad. I don't know why that was longer. There we go. Alright. Dragon. Okay, guess what, guys? First of all, we're going to turn the music off because it's loud. So, after 5 years of doing roughly the same Dragon setup, I've changed it here and there, you know, I've tweaked it here and there. I've changed my timing to start charging the shot. I've changed my positioning for where I stop Samus. I've changed when I jump. I've changed when I turn. I've changed when I Shine Spark. I've changed little teeny things, but it's all been the core same Dragon setup. I have finally changed to something entirely different. You've probably seen some runners do something that they call the Rain Dance setup, and this is a twist on the Rain Dance setup to make it less laggy. It is slightly more laggy than the traditional setup, but it is a bazillion times more consistent. So I will take the 15 to 20 frames of lag, I think it's something like that, for the extreme spike in consistency. So you come in the room, you break the turrets like usual. Okay, and then normally we would come back over here and we'd wait for the babies. Instead, we're going to come over here, we're going to jump up onto this ledge, and we're going to watch the babies. And as soon as they go off screen, we're going to shoot to charge a shot. Now, you're going to see, if you watch other runners that do this, like Zost does kind of a twist on this, for example, you're going to see some different setups to start. And you might see some different setups for the delivery of the X Factors as well. But this is how I do it, and I'm finding this extremely consistent. So, yeah, hopefully this helps someone. So you shoot just as they go off screen, and then you jump and you turn right and then back left. What that's doing is it's delaying the X Factor coming out by like 10 frames, 12 frames, something like that, okay? So they go off screen, shoot, jump, turn. Then the X Factor is going to cross over Samus, and on its second cross, we're going to turn right. Turn. 1, turn right. And then as soon as it crosses again, we start our short charge. So 1, 2, short charge. I do a stutter 2 tap. Okay, so stutter 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, that's the type of short charge that I do there. So off screen shoot, turn, cross 1, turn right, stutter 1, 2. Stop on this spike for the crab, or this like half crab spike thing. Okay. Shoot, jump, turn, cross 1, turn right, stutter 1, 2, charge, stop, step forward, and then just as you see the particles come on screen, they'll come through the floor. That's when you want to jump up, and you want to jump up while holding angle down. You can do a spin jump if you want, but it's less consistent for me. Stutter 1, 2, charge, stop, jump. Just like that. See that 2550 damage and 247 energy left? That's what we want. That is exactly what we want. You can get 2400 energy left on Dragon. I said 2550 damage. It's actually 2550 enemy HP on Dragon. You can get 2400 left on Dragon, but every setup that I've found that gets 2400 left on Dragon, also Samus takes an extra hit, and that is bad for any percent. It's fine in 100%, but it's bad in any percent. So again, wait for the babies to go off screen, shoot, jump, turn, cross 1, turn right, stutter 1, 2, charge, stop, step forward, jump when the particles come on screen, release your angle down when you are aligned with Dragon in the air, and then Shine Spark to the left. And again, we get 2550, 248 energy left this time. This can go slightly wrong. There are ways that if you like time it slightly incorrectly, or like that was okay. So that's an example, is I got crouch locked right there. So you got to watch out for that. But generally, this is so consistent that you're pretty much never, almost never going to have like a complete disaster. One thing to note is that with the other setup, you could hold right after crashing the Shine Spark. With this setup, if you do that, I jumped too early. With this setup, if you do that, you're gonna bonk the sparks, which is bad. You don't want to do that. So I'll show that. Turn, stutter 1, 2, charge, stop, step forward, jump. See, I was a little bit off there. I didn't go quite as far right as I usually do with the short charge. 1, 2. I jumped a little early. That was good. Okay. Oh my gosh, it didn't do it that time. Normally, if you turn right, Samus will bonk off the spark like that with this setup. So I have this extremely strong muscle memory to hold right after the Shine Spark crash, and I'm having to work on that. Oh my gosh, it didn't do it again. Okay, well, I just look like an idiot. But I've had to stop. I've had to like consciously tell myself, don't push right until Samus is below these sparks. Because otherwise, yeah, I bonk off the sparks, and then that messes up the rest of the fight. So just keep that in mind. 1, 2. See, that was a little weird. I jumped a little late, I think. We're fine. Totally fine. Cross, turn, stutter 1, 2. Okay, I even jumped early that time, and it was still 2700. That's too many missiles. Got them. Okay, we'll do it one more time. Turn. 1, 2. Charge. Stop. That's good. 1, 2. Alright. If you have enough energy and enough ammo, it's a good idea to skip the drops here. Saves a few seconds. But again, that depends on your ammo and energy. So leaving. So I jump through this door. That fixes the door. And then I ledge grab here and do a speedy jump up to the line in the wall. And then wall jump. I'm pretty sure that's the fastest strat here, but this ledge grab is really, it's kind of risky. It's really scary on pace. So you can also just do a wall jump here like this, but that's quite a bit slower. And if you're doing that, what a lot of people do instead is they, what is it? Something like that. You do something like that. And that's going to be a lot faster if you hadn't already jumped through the door. So just keep that in mind. But again, I'm pretty sure the fastest thing to do here is ledge grab on this little corner. Speedy jump up. And we're going all the way. Okay. Shine spark back across. No changes there. Moonfall. Pretty sure no changes there. I have changed the next room just a little bit. So I do a down grab and hold a shot here. And then jump across a mock ball and I unmorph and I shoot a charge shot. I'm pretty sure that's the same. I used to... I don't even remember how I explained this room in the old tutorial. I used to like... try and figure out a way to like hold angle up button and stop in the right spot and go. Now I just hold angle up on the D-pad. And I stop by aiming up. I stop after breaking these blocks by aiming up. And then jump. Shoot the blocks out, and you want to release your charge shot so that it will kill the mock droid and you can use drop. And then you want to ball into the next room like that. And go on through. I've also changed something a little bit in that room, as you saw. So I'll explain that. So I lay a bomb and then I jump and shoot down and turn a couple times to quick drop. And shooting down here will open the door, will pre-open the door for you, so it's less awkward than, I don't know if I can even do the old way anymore. Shooting the door that way. It's just less awkward, is all. But whatever. Okay. As you run through the door, hold charge and aim down, and then pump 3 times and jump up through the gap. I know that's the same. The reason I'm holding charge, though, is so that after we do this wall jump here, you can just press angle aim up to break your spin, and automatically release a shot to break this block and open the door. That's pretty nifty. This room, I haven't technically changed the strat, but I realized something. So in my other tutorial, I probably made some mention about falling straight down and it being scary to do the early shot there. I'm missing the door every time for some reason. Why am I missing the door every time, dude? 1, 2, 3. I don't know. I don't know why I'm missing the door every time. Anyway. Yeah, so I finally realized that one of the ways that you can force Samus to maintain momentum is by holding an angle. So when we break spin to open this door, instead of releasing angle up, I just hold angle up the whole time, and then we never have to worry about falling straight down like that. So, yeah. No changes here, really. I stopped before the bugs there because we were low on energy. Up the elevator we go. No changes here. No changes here as far as I remember. No changes there as far as I remember. Don't do that, that's bad. I do push both jump and up to unmorph right here. I don't know if I recommended that in the previous tutorial, but I do that to avoid the Samus refusing to unmorph thing. And then, I don't remember how I explained Terminator before, so I'll just explain it again real quick. So hold a charge shot before entering the room. Pump until the second mushroom, right? Yeah, and then jump. After you pass the second mushroom, jump, and then release your charge shot as you're passing over the third mushroom. That'll open the door, and then you do a mock ball. And then you can farm these pirates if you're hurting for resources, or you can skip them. It's up to you. And that's it. That's the Maridia / movement to G4 segment. So that's a pretty short segment. It's only a 30-minute video, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, cool, good stuff. I guess I'll end the video on that note. We'll do Turian, including new baby Skip, next time. And then I'll be done with this mini-series, I guess. So, thank you. I appreciate you guys. You guys are great. I've been having some major feelings of doubt and worthlessness and stuff. So, I appreciate you guys. Anyway, that's me oversharing. Sorry, I didn't mean to overshare in a tutorial video. Okay, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.